In Kokomo, who doesn't know EP Severns? He's just been such an icon in Kokomo for as long as I can remember.
EP's one of those guys, when he walks in the room, the dynamic of the room changes.
EP is a person that when you look at, you feel comfortable with.
He just always has something incredibly nice to say to every person.
I think he brings out the best in everybody he meets. He's always got a smile on his face.
EP is a good friend of mine. I've known him professionally and personally for, well, ever since when he was about 6 years old.
Who's EP Severns anyway?
A real good friend and a great person to have in our community, particularly as an adult.
I never heard of that fellow.
As a child, he sometimes left something to be desired.
Is EP here?
His dad had put up a chain link fence between our properties, and unfortunately, the fence wasn't quite high enough, and it wasn't electrified.
My first real personal experience with EP is in my Rotary Club of Kokomo, and he's such a philanthropist and such a giver with his friendship and leadership.
He is what I would call a true gentleman, a true family man, and a benefactor to many people.
The first time I actually met EP was after I gave a speech at Rotary, after I just arrived in the community.
Come on, guys. I get to watch you guys. First met EP, he was delivering Coke from the back of a Coke truck.
After the speech, EP was one of the first ones to come up and talk to me. I had an immediate kinship with EP.
He worked his way from there through the ranks and became president of the Coke plant.
It's been a great relationship ever since.
I think my fondest memory of EP was just the fact that as kids, riding our bikes over to the Coke plant to drop off our bottle caps in exchange for t-shirts, and having the EP Severns come out and say hi, take the time to talk to a bunch of kids.
When he walks into a room, you immediately smile because he's always smiling.
He had no idea what kind of day I was having, but the kind of guy he just came up and grabbed me by the arm and said, "Paul, I just want you to know you're doing a great job, keep it up." It just changed my whole thought process for that day and turned around and was able to make it a great day. And that's just the kind of guy that he is.
His wife of 62 years, Virginia, came along when he was in high school, and his behavior, I think, improved greatly about that time.
Had the opportunity several years ago to go to Las Vegas with EP and Jenny.
After my 4 daughters were old enough to cross the alley, EP said, "Girls, anytime you want a Coke, you just walk across, get in the breezeway, and I have a Coke machine in there, just help yourself."
The women were shopping. EP and I went to his favorite hangout, the Bellagio, I believe. We walked in the door, and an attendant there said, "Well, EP, how are you?" Now, I knew I was in good hands at that point.
EP, John Floyd, and I, for years, spent a few days each year in Las Vegas.
We do, on occasion, visit casinos.
I always look forward to those trips.
EP and his wife Virginia were out in California attending some sort of a convention, and Virginia had an accident and broke her ankle while she was out there.
One thing about EP is that EP never misses a meal.
This Pepsi owner decided that he would use his private plane to fly EP and Virginia back home.
And before we could finish that buffet, EP was insisting that we call for reservations for lunch and dinner.
So EP accepted the gracious offer, and on his way back, he paid the ultimate tribute to this gentleman as gratitude for his offer, and he actually drank a Diet Pepsi.
The funny story I have about EP is that he has allowed me to sit on his lap before.
He's always had a real rich sense of humor.
I don't know if we want to use that one though or not.
Gosh, he could talk to a fence post for about a half an hour and not know that he's actually talking to an inanimate object.
I have not been to Vegas with EP, but that would be on my bucket list. My Vegas story with EP got left in Vegas, I guess, because I don't even remember it.
Boy Scouts, YMCA, Little Leagues. EP has been very, very supportive of youth activities in the city of Kokomo as well as the whole county.
I think that everyone who comes in contact with EP is a better person.
Just has that personality traits that enables him to be well liked, and people want to be associated with him.
EP makes everyone feel very, very comfortable.
First of all, a very good family man. He's tended to the family while at the same time running a very profitable business.
If I was to use one word, I would say statesman.
He's certainly been a wonderful part of this community.
One of the things that EP Severns has provided is an incredible example.
We congratulate him upon his achievement and being recognized as a distinguished citizen. He's certainly deserving of that.
EP, congratulations.
Congrats, this award is well deserved.
Oh, EP, listen, this is absolutely well deserved. You're one of the finest individuals that I've ever met in my life.
EP, I have cherished your friendship through the years, and I realize what you've done for this community and how much you give back to this community, and especially to scouting.
You have never, to my knowledge, asked for recognition. So I think it's only fitting that today we bundle this all into one and recognize you for all the good that you've done for this community.
It's been a wonderful relationship and something that I hope continues for a long time.